Hello and welcome back to Lock Lab 101. What I have for you today is my impressioning kit. I'm going to review it and then explain how I use each piece. Okay, first off, I have a chart here. And this chart has a lot of data on it. Over here it has the most common locks that I would be presented with. Okay, and then there's a couple measurements. First off, we have the Z cut, and the Z cut measures the depth of the cut of the key. Okay, and as an example, the Yale has 9 different cuts, ranging from a cut 0 of 8.1 to 3.6. And as I'm filing, I will use depth gauges like this, like these depth gauges here. So as an example, on the Yale UK, if I'm going from a cut 0 to a cut 1, and a cut 1 is 7.6, I'll file that down and I'll use the 7.6 depth gauge, and I'll just file down until I went from a 0 cut to a 1 cut, so on and so forth. I'm going to a 3 cut to a 4 cut. I would find the depth gauge from 6.6 to 6.1. Additionally, on this chart, there's a Y measurement. And the Y measurement is the measurement between one pin and another. Okay, so that Y measurement, as an example, in the Yale UK, the measurement is 4.2. So in that instance, I would go through my jigs here, and I would look for a 4.2, which this is a 4.2. This is a 4.2 for a Yale, and I would put it in. I would put it in a jig like this, and then I insert the key, and then I use this marker to draw lines on it. And what that does, it helps me stay true to when I'm filing down, so that my filing cut doesn't drift left or right. So I don't drift left or right when I'm filing down with my rat tail file here. I'm going straight down the key. So that's what this jig is for, and that is also what these jigs are for. Okay, they're just for different types of locks. So I also have a sight block, this sight box here, and in this sight box is, after I impression the key, I'll put this in here and I'll look for the dimple or the impression on the key, and that's the next cut that gets filed. That's where I file, and I file with the impressions. But this is magnified in here, so it's just easier to see the impressions with the sight box. And there's a white or there's a green and a white LED in there. Green's just a little bit easier to see. Okay, I also have several handles. So here's one handle. So I put this in here like this, and then I just tighten this down, and that gives a good handle for when I'm impressioning. Okay, but I also have a pair of Vise grips here that work very well as well. Okay, I have a rat tail file. This is what I do the majority of the filing on the key. And then I have a flat file, and that flat file will take down those peaks so it doesn't trap the key, so the pins don't trap the key in the lock. I have a standard screwdriver. I have 2 pens, and I use these pens here, fine point pen, to make the marks on the key in this jig that I talked about earlier. Some sandpaper, and I use sandpaper to polish the edge of the key prior to my initial impressioning. So I'll take this 600, or this is actually 400. Okay, usually I have 600. But I'll take this and I'll polish the blade of the key so that first time that I go ahead and do that impression, the impressions from the pins will show up very well on that blade, on that key blade. And then these are just gauges also. These are gauges for different depths. This is 9mm down to 4.5, and they're just, those depth gauges are for the depths of the key cuts. This measurement here, that measurement right there. So here's an 8.6, and I'd use an 8.6 for a zero cut on a Lockwood or a Schlage. And as you're filing down, as you're filing down those keys, the impressions on the keys, if you're trying to find a zero cut, you just file it down until you use it as a feeler gauge. Okay, so this is my impressioning kit, and that's how I use it. All right, hope you enjoyed that. That's all I have for you today. Thank you very much. If you got anything out of this, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much.